Now, he was lined up, I think, to play at centre wing. We'll just have a look at that for you in a moment. Yes, he was. Well, he's definitely didn't start there, but he's got the ball 45 metres out in front. The breeze at his back. Cunningham won the toss, kick with the breeze, and Port Adelaide are off with a no. There's a free kick going to the way of Central Districts, I think, to be taken by Graham, right in the back pocket. He comes wide. Looking out there, losing his footing was Van Dommel. He beetles after it now. Right there with him and over the top is Belton. Going in hard now is Bradley. Belton, the opportunity from the pocket, gives the handball away. Cunningham quickly taken down to the ground by Vivian in the pocket. They battle hard. In go the heavy bodies. And quickly the umpire comes in to separate players, as already we find a little bit of tenseness in the situation. A big game for the Dogs. They must win this one to stay in line for the final 5, and Peter Vivian has been spoken to, and the free kick has gone to Paul Belton in the full forward left pocket, most acute angle, hard up against the line, and proves it slightly now as he shoots towards goal, but it's a very poor kick indeed, and found, in fact, it's gone out of play on the full.
So I think Airey's playing at half forward, Ian. He seems to be, his opponent appears to be Stephen Boehm. I think you'll find Airey's at half forward. Ben Harris certainly at centre half forward. There's the kick away. It's not a good one. It's going very close to boundary line. In fact, it's rolled over, and there'll be a ball in. But Russell Ebert's centre for Port Adelaide, and for Central Districts, Peter Krieg is in the middle. But there are certainly changes plenty. Ben Harris and Cousins knocked further forward by Williams. The handball comes over the top towards Platten, but it goes out of bounds again. A very important game for the Central District side. I would say that they must win. They must stay in touch with Norwood. If Norwood have a victory today against North Adelaide and the Dogs lost, there'd be problems. Cousins and Harris again. Now on this occasion, Harris was interfering with Cousins. I think they both had a piece of each other, but Cousins got the kick anyway towards centre wing. Moore got up high but couldn't take the mark. Fighting for the ball on the ground is Wilbur Wilson, and the umpire separates players again. Either side have yet scored. Russell Johnson is 25. He got up very high. Cousins got it away, though. It only went as far as Giles. His kick almost concedes ground. Robertson couldn't mark it. Sweeping into the fray now is Krieg. He got the ball beautifully. Basenko's in trouble. He can't pick it up. Further field it goes. Central District's running it forward. Krieg was disposed of. Down goes Gillies. Robertson was the player that intervened, and Gillies the free kick.
Gillies at centre wing, kicks towards the half-forward line, looking up there for Moore. He's not there at the moment. Johnson gets the handball out. Ebert on the half-back line now. Phillips gets a long one out, but it's not a good one. Danny Hughes, poor ball control, but he got it back. Johnson onto his boot quickly towards centre wing. Pryor for the Dogs now. Sets Saar towards the half-forward line, but it's a poorly directed kick, and it's taken there by Ackerman. Ackerman quickly across to Phillips. The left foot kick is a long one. Will find Belton on the half-forward line. A bad bounce. Makes it difficult. Bradley onside. Gets the tap away. Cunningham. Half-forward line. Hooks around the corner. No one home there, but kicks into touch. And the ball will be put back into play. Half-forward left flank. Port Adelaide kicking with the aid of about a 2-goal breeze. Conditions ideal for football. Crowd of 6,000 to 7,000 people. 18-year-old Harris. Cousins, not much older, at the throw-in. Cousins get the tap away, but it's taken away by Port Adelaide, and that was Williams, but finally clearing it is Van Dommel, short to the lead of Gillies, and that's a good pass. Prior it was, I think, the player that kicked the ball. Now Gillies gets the kick away, but once again we find poorly directed kicks, and it's Giles who takes the mark. Phillips.
Phillips plays on immediately. Tried to screw the ball, it didn't work, but it's going to centre half forward anyway. Up high was Cousins, couldn't take the mark. Out it comes to Airey. He's a speedster onto that right boot. Close. Evans up, can't take the mark. Back it comes to Cunningham onto the left boot. He hasn't kicked it. It's just offline. 1 point. It's the first score today, believe it or not. We're at the... can't tell you exactly what part of the quarter we're in. The clock's not working, but we've been going probably 3 to 4 minutes. And that's the first 5 minutes, in fact, into the first quarter. And Port Adelaide got its first point. Kicking off is Bytheen, the new fullback for Central Districts. Obviously a big job on Evans. The Dogs are running it forward again, looking for Gillies. Beautifully put, and Gillies marks. He's playing at half forward, but he's coming down a long way for his kicks. That goes on to Van Dommel, providing the run. He puts it in towards Bubner. All found him too. Phillips was wrong-footed, and Bubner, playing from full forward, came down a long way for a mark. He'll go in long. Who's he got to kick to? Port Adelaide player in front there. Appeared to mark the ball, and he's been paid. That appears to be Russell Johnson.
Peter, it's not Russell Johnson. I think it's, can't pick it up, probably Hoffner. No, not Hoffner either. But the kick now to Hughes, kicks towards centre wing. Chance Bradley, can't pick it up. Peter Vivian, youth versus experience. Experience wins out. The kick away poor. Talk about experience. Here comes Ebert, half forward line. Harris gets out the long one. Bradley too quick. Has a bounce. Sets sail with a long pop at goal, but he's going to be well offline and 1 point only. Martin Leslie was the player that cleared the ball from the back lines. A point to Bradley and Port Adelaide. They are 2 points. Centrals haven't scored.
Bytheen kicking off. He'll go wide to Cousins. Russell Johnson is a little bit behind him. Cousins got the room and he took the mark. Plays onto the centre of the ground. Russell Ebert. Krieg again. Ebert in front. Good mark. Peter Krieg lost front spot then. Bit dangerous against Ebert. Puts a ball to centre half forward. Harris was interfered with. There's no doubt Bosanko had the arm over the shoulder, and Ben Harris has got the free kick. Probably the best chance yet for Port Adelaide to put a major on the board. Young Ben Harris. Kick on the way, everybody's clapping, that's a goal. Port Adelaide's first, 1-2 to the Dogs, yet to score.
A young up-and-coming player for Port Adelaide, Harris, 18 years of age. Played his first game last week, did quite well. Port Adelaide are looking for big things from this player. Has got the spot vacated by David Granger, who hasn't fronted for either of the Port Adelaide senior sides this afternoon. Port Adelaide 1-2, Central's yet to open their account.
Russell Johnson, there he is, the state's top ruckman. Gets hand a ball, beautifully done. Ebert over the top, looking for Huppatz, couldn't find him. Bosanko intercepted. Huppatz fighting for the ball, but the umpire will bounce. Umpire dry. We've had a bit of a few problems during the week, the umpires. Johnson got it down. Huppatz interfered with. He'll take the free kick. The interference wasn't major, but it was enough to convince the umpire that he should give him a kick. Bradley's got it now. He kicks forward, looking for Ben Harris. Harris up high, two grabs it. Can't take the mark. Bosanko goes to the boundary line, and there'll be a ball in. Port Adelaide 1-2. The Dogs haven't scored yet.
Played 9 minutes of the first quarter. Throw in, about 35 metres around. Port Adelaide in attack. Cousins, Harris in front, over the back, trying to get the ball clear there. For Port Adelaide was Williams. Finally it comes out now. A chance for them to clear. Bosanko in trouble, jams it onto his boot quickly. Back towards the half-back line. A spectacular fight by Johnson. Has been paid. The running player, Bradley, well clear as Airy, but he doesn't want that player. He's going for home with a long shot. This is going to be awfully close, right on the square. A big mark, almost Williams, called to play on. Cousins in defence. Quickly across now. And Central's a chance to clear through Pryor towards centre, and a fine mark has been paid on the half-back line there to Leslie. Huppatz kicks long in towards full forward again, dropping short, getting underneath the ball. Belton Evans onto his boot quickly into the open goal, and the Port Adelaide full forward has got a fortuitous goal for him. Chanced his arm by waiting, and Port has got its second goal on the board.
Port Adelaide already looking very, very good, very strong, very direct. It's one thing about their game today, and the kick came in from Huppatz. We saw Evans wait behind. He didn't chance it in the pack. He stayed back, and how many goals has Evans got like this year? He stays back, over the top it comes, and through it went. 2-2 Port Adelaide, the Dogs yet to score.
Johnson against Cousins. Port Adelaide taking the ball away from the big square at the moment. This time it taps down. Can't get it clear. Gillies. Player stack up, and the umpire will rebounce the ball. Umpires John Hilton and Jeff Dry in charge this afternoon. A bounce down. Cousins, Johnson again getting his hand to the ball first. Trying to get it through there. Centrals couldn't do it. An airy there by Hoffner, and a free kick will go the way of Centrals, and that's taken by Norsworthy. Undecided where to go. Finally shoots the half-forward line. Leslie can't bring it down. Quickly swinging out the ball now. Wilbur Wilson. Here's a chance for them now as they go through the half-forward line. Hart, a long shot in towards goal. It's a floating punt kick. I think it's clear. Goal. Daryl Hart. Good football from the Dogs as they came down the outer side, and they've got a valuable goal on the board into the breeze.
Hart was involved on 2 occasions then. He got the handball out. It went to Wilson, then over again, and finally it came back to Daryl Hart. He almost committed the sin of waiting for it, but his judgment was pretty good. The ball came back to him, and he kicked a floater that went through. 1 goal, the Dogs. Port Adelaide 2-2.
Johnson and Cousins. I don't think Johnson's missed one yet. He got this one as well. Thumps that towards the half-forward line. Bazanko back in defence. Jams the ball onto his boot quickly. Kicks high to the half-forward line. Terry Moore's there. Phillips thumps it away. Norsworthy looking for support. Gave it to Krieg. The handball was bad. Krieg back in again. Can't get it clear. Johnson. Vivian. Cousins. Poor shoddy ball work at the moment. Bazanko now. Long handball, Gillies. The Dogs with a chance. On the lead is Bubner. Out in front of that player. Cutting across Leslie. Good mark.
He's played well, Leslie, in the first quarter. He plays it on to Eckerman. That wasn't good football. Eckerman to Phillips. He's a masterful player, Phillips. Look at the handball with the left hand. Superb work. Ebert playing well. Hooks it into the centre of the ground and finds Giles. No doubt about Ebert's ball work. Giles to Leslie. He copped one, then got it to Robertson. Robertson will go long. That's 60 metres. Looking for Evans at full forward. Plenty of body work there. Onto the ground, and Erie will get there first. He's got Kinnear if he wants him. Erie's can't pick the ball up. Surprised to see him play this week. Bones with him. Oh, he's tackled him. Appeared to be a high tackle. It came back to Kinnear. Finally, Kinnear puts one to full forward. Graham was there. Couldn't take the mark. Players stack up. The umpire separates them for a bounce. Bytheen and Graham then competed against each other in the goal square, and that's not good teamwork in any grade of football. There's the bounce. More than tapped down. It came to number 16 for Port Adelaide, Belton. He couldn't handle it. Vivian took the ball away, kicks to the centre of the ground. Krieg and Ebert. Ebert put one hand up, couldn't control the ball. Krieg got it clear to Cousins. He's in trouble. Taps it forward. Van Dommel ran through the ball. Norsworthy picked it up and kicks to half forward.
Leslie in front of his immediate opponent out the outer side. Quickly plays on to the lead of Erie towards the half forward line. Almost trapped it. A good tackle there. No, the umpire is going to rule a hanging on tackle, and that will go on the holding the ball. Well, who's it going to? He's going to bounce the ball. Johnson. Cousins getting a little bit desperate there. Cunningham swings out a long handball. It's not successful. Bazanko at centre half back. Thought about the handball. Kicks a grubber. Not a good one towards Wilson. Giles for Port Adelaide. Onto his boot to the half forward line. Setting himself will be Harris. Getting up very early was Trigg, but Harris takes the mark at centre half forward. Quickly runs it over to Cunningham. Puts a long shot in towards goal. This is going to be awfully close. That's through, but the umpire has pulled the ball back, and he's going to make the player take his kick again. Now, Peter, he marked that ball. Surely he's entitled to do as he likes with it.
Yes, John Hilton came from behind in, and I couldn't see the reasoning. I think he's mistaken, actually, because Harris was behind his mark, played it on, and the goal was kicked. I think Port Adelaide have been unlucky with that one.
Well, they had a certain goal there. See what Harris can do. His shot is going to be short and offline. Cousins at fullback, right on the line, takes a fine mark.
Richard Cousins, a good player this year. Certainly 1982 will have given him a great deal of experience. Well, that's the way to not take a mark. It's better to one grab it, but he's a top player, Graham. Breaks away from the pack now, kicks to the centre of the ground. Belton in front, taps it over the top. Russell Ebert, already giving the impression that he's going to have a top game, Ebert. Puts it wide to Kinnear. He'll use Cunningham. Cunningham kicked one a little while ago that wasn't allowed. There's a left footer. Gee, that's way offline. In fact, out of bounds. You don't see that often. Port 2-2, the Dogs 1 goal.
Played 15 minutes of the first quarter. Cousins gets a lead from Bazanko, but he's coming in short. Or could be dangerous football here. The long handball goes over from Bytheen. Taken now by Vivian. He can run for at least 30 metres. That's his third bounce over the centre line now. Wants to set up the handball, change the mind. In high, Bubner there, Hughes with him, all Port Adelaide. Almost Bubner there, he wants support, gets the handball away to Norsworthy, but it's a bad one. And Eckerman kicks clear for Port Adelaide, short towards Cunningham. Intercepting there, Vivian midfield, looking to set up the short pass. Chips it out now, but that's a shocker. Straight to the opposition, and it's Leslie who takes the mark. Jams it onto the boot quickly, and Bradley at centre wing takes a strong chest mark, just the defence side of that position.
Craig Bradley carrying on from last week. Kick number 4 this is. What a game he played against Glenelg last week. Probably best man on the ground. A long kick. Cousins is going up. Gee, didn't judge that well. He ended up putting one hand up. Over the top went Williams. Ben Harris was disposed of. Trigg puts it onto the boot, hooks it around. I don't think he's going to find Pryor. He finds Cunningham instead. Well, they're playing pretty well, Port Adelaide, although they haven't set up a gap here at this stage. They lead at the moment by 8 points. And this will be Cunningham's third shot, I think, kick number 5. Kick on the way. Won't quite get the distance. Cousins up, 2 grabs it. I think he's going to be paid. Good mark, Cousins. Doing great work, Cousins, in that back line. Plays it on to Bytheen. He kicks it wide. It didn't look a good kick off the boot, but it had good effect. The play on was from Van Dommel to Gillies. Gillies uses all the space he can. Looking for Bubner, way out in front of Hughes. Bubner hasn't got anyone to kick to. He hooks it back, looking for Daryl Hart. Hughes got it away to Phillips. Very casually back to Leslie. Further afield to Kinnear. He'll go over the top to Robertson.
Robertson at centre wing. Van Dommel can't run him down. Kicks long to the half-forward line. Anthony Williams up very early. Pryor can't get it clear. Grovelling after it. Bazanko back in defence, but the free kick will go the way of the back pocket player for the Dogs. Pryor, no pressure on that player at all as he comes through centre half back towards centre wing. Moore out on the lead, grabs it well. The backup support comes from Vivian. Draws his way through the half-forward line, short. Norsworthy can't quite make it. The kicking hasn't been good all afternoon. Leslie now, a long one to the half-forward line, all centrals. Van Dommel running with the flight of the ball, doesn't get it. Should get a Shepherd, he does. Good football as Van Dommel comes away short. This time Norsworthy's got it. Elects to play on quickly as he goes to the half-forward line. Wilbur Wilson can't bring it down. Norsworthy again. Pushes it through the opening. Sockers on quickly into the pocket. Getting back on it, Eckerman now. Trigg getting pursued as the Dogs go into attack. A blatant push in the back, not seen. Well done, Trigg. He's in trouble now. The umpire's letting him play on. Eckerman, Huppets, Hughes as the Magpies work it out of defence. Giles up towards centre wing. Graham back there. Cousins as well. Vivian will get it now out in front of that player. He hasn't got a lot of room to move, but gets the kick away. Kicks high in towards the half-forward line, but the Central's kicking is still poor as Johnson finds Kinnear on the outer side, and he can take it home with him. He's got to be 40 metres clear. Van Dommel will come into the picture very shortly. Kinnear tries to get past him, breaks the tackle. On the lead is Evans towards that player, too far at the back of the pack. Erie, too slow to get rid of the ball. Getting back on it there was Trigg. No, I can't pick up the player. Hearn it was. And finally, Bone gets it across to Bytheen, and Central's out of trouble.
Lucky to get out of trouble then. It was pretty well played defensively. Central District's running it forward now. That player is Peter Krieg. Beautiful disposal normally, Krieg. Goes to centre half forward. Robertson intercepts. Kicks it wide again to Kinnear. Gee, Kinnear's found a space today here at Elizabeth. He's a mile out in his own, but the ball goes over the line. Johnny Cale be sitting pretty comfortably at the moment. I think John Cale, you can see his side getting stronger and stronger every week. Johnson, Cousins, Platten, not a good kick away. Huppets playing the ball in front of him. Trigg, tackle. Got a high tackle then, Trigg. I think the ball will come back. Peter Krieg had it. Back it goes to Trigg. Stephen Trigg. Player who has promised so much and hasn't quite lived up to it, although he's still recognised as a very good player. Oh, great leap, Eckerman. Judged the ball beautifully, went high above the pack and took a fine mark. South Australia's #1 back pocket player, Eckerman. Kicks it to the attack side of centre. Cousins up very high, couldn't take the mark. Bazanko burst through, only gave it to Ebert. Ebert goes wide to Kinnear. Kinnear hasn't got an opponent at the moment, neither has Erie. Erie will line it up, cool as you like, but he's missed it. 1 point, Erie. Port Adelaide 2-3, the Dogs 1 goal.
Surely, Peter, the Dogs runner will have to go out to the player who's supposed to be standing Kinnear, because several times now he's been 30 metres clear of an opponent, and he's a run-on player, so it's got to be either Van Dommel or I think they're interchanging from the bench. The kick in by Bytheen is a good one, although it's too far for his teammate, and it's well taken by Harris. Short, Craig Bradley on the half-forward line. Bradley about 45 or 50 metres out. Cunningham gives a good lead. Loose checking by Centrals in their defence, and we see Brian Cunningham with a set shot for goal. Kick number 6, he's only 35 metres out. Seldom does the Port skipper miss these. The breeze at his back. I think that's offline. 1 point only. In fact, the second time that Cunningham has missed today. 2 points. His personal score, Port Adelaide 2-4, Centrals a goal.
Bytheen's kick out was well put to Norsworthy. Plays on, Ebert in front again. Peter Krieg will have to get front spot on Ebert. He won't beat him from behind. Hard enough to beat from in front, Russell Ebert. Cousins will do battle with Russell Johnson again. Two young ruckmen. Johnson got it down. It went to Norsworthy though. Cunningham picked it up, tried to handball it away, couldn't. Another ball in. The Dogs haven't gone forward that often, and on most occasions when they have, it's that Port Adelaide back line that's holding them up. The kicking to the half forwards hasn't been good. Cousins put the foot out, couldn't get hand to the ball. Through Norsworthy again, the Dogs run it forward, this time in front of Platten. That's well put. Platten will play it on. He'll sweep it long looking for Moore. Moore can't catch the ball, he should have. The free kick's being found though. Danny Hughes being spoken to. He was probably told why the free kick was given. And Terry Moore. Wilbur Wilson short, that's where it's going. Beautifully put, Moore. Wilson's getting the... He was paid the mark then. I don't think he had that much of it in.
I wouldn't have paid it, Peter. Must have been very close to a free.
I noticed John Hilton put the hands up as to indicate a mark, and...
yeah, he paid the mark all right. I would have rather thought the 3 would have been on rather than the mark.
See what Wilbur Wilson can do. The Dogs need a goal. He swings around and hooks it back. That's how he gets distance with his drop punts. That one's just offline. 1 point. And the Dogs are 1-1. Port Adelaide 2-4.
It looks as though Centrals have made a move already. Moore's gone to full forward, having started at centre half forward. Bubner has gone to the key out of position. A magnificent ball creamed almost back to the centre by Hughes. And there the mark is not played to Johnson. He definitely took it off the fingers. There's Bubner now to the half-forward line. Too far for Platten, coming across Ackerman. Leslie, Ackerman back there, can't pick it up. Leslie has another try, can't get it out. Back Ackerman again. Perseverance pays off as he boots towards centre wing. Good shepherding by Bradley. Try to get it to Ebert. The handball goes out from Platten or to Platten. Fumbled what he should have taken easily. Bradley, Belton across the other side, an easy go at goal with a handball if he can get it clear. Kazanko, a solid butt. Put Belton right down. Going in Cunningham. Harris on the turf as well, looking for the ball. And Belton is a very sick man at the moment. He comes up out of that encounter and he's limping badly. A heavy bump by Bazanko as the umpire comes in to bounce the ball. Centre half forward with Port Adelaide in attack. Cousins against Harris. Harris's tap, but it was straight there now to Bytheen. Not a good kick. Russell Johnson. Robertson, a long kick in towards full forward. Evans there, up over the top. Graham, snapshot quickly by Kinnear is offline again. And a point only to Port Adelaide. Well, they're not taking advantage of their opportunities, Peter.
No, they're not, Ian. 2-5 is not good. Not good kicking. They've kicked one out of bounds on the full as well. Ben Harris, Port Adelaide centre half forward, has lost the 3 in his number. He's now number 0. That's not a number you see very often. Clearing away Bazanko to centre half forward, but Giles again. No doubt about this Port back line. Plays it on to Phillips. How often does that happen? Phillips long to Cunningham. Brian Cunningham has certainly improved his game lately. That was a high tackle that was ridiculous from Norsworthy. He's still having a chat to the umpire about it, but that wasn't on. And I reckon you'd want to be pretty careful this week. Reports will be aplenty. Williams, the kick is away, but that's offline also. 1 point. Port Adelaide kicking away their chances. 2-6 to the Dogs, 1-1.
Kick in by Bytheen. A lead to the outer side by Cousins, but it's Johnson who takes the mark. Quickly slips a handball across to Ebert, in towards Evans. Bytheen there with him. Graham in defence. Wants to give away the handball. Pryor. Short now to the lead of Vivian, and that's a good pass. The Speedster's got it in the back pocket. Making position is Buzanko. He's played a brilliant first quarter. Got it on the half-back line. Kick number 5 coming up. 4 handballs. A high kick towards centre wing. At the back, Bubner. Oh, good mark. As I mentioned, he's come to centre half forward now. Looks for the lead of Hart. Eckerman getting back, and once again that Port Adelaide defence standing up to the pressure. The Dogs completely obliterated across their half-forward line. Cousins can't get it. Bubner to Van Dommel. Clear as Krieg if they can get it out to him, but Van Dommel well intercepted by Russell Ebert. Van Dommel did that well. He lost it this time, however. Ebert to Johnson. Belton clear. On the lead is Evans. He wants it in short. Belton, no pressure on him. Kick short, but it's Bucky Cunningham who comes up with the ball 30 metres out in front. Cunningham is another elusive player for Port Adelaide in this quarter. Must be the 4th time he's been clear in the forward lines with no player near him. 8th kick coming up. Once again, we see his booting letting him down, and the ball is taken in defence by Bytheen.
It's amazing. Brian Cunningham is one of the best kicks for goal in Australia. He hasn't got it right at the moment, though, but he's playing well. The kick out came to Van Dommel. On to Hearn. Hearn kicks it to centre wing. Moore up, can't mark it. Backs up beautifully, though. He's legged, but he plays it on. Wilbur Wilson flanking him. The kick to centre half forward. Not very well put. Hart's in trouble. Platten breaks through the pack. Gives it to Bubner. Bubner's also caught. Phillips, strong as you like. The handball is not a good one, though. Gillies tackle. Hart again. Krieg got a high tackle. The umpire plays it on. What a great smother, Robertson. Phillips put it further afield, but that's a throw. According to the umpire, it was a throw, and Gillies has got the free kick. Gillies goes short. Cousins. It's going to go back, though. Gillies won't get the kick. Hart will. The siren has gone here at Elizabeth Oval, and I don't think Hart's going to make the distance. Be a super kick if he does. That's definitely the siren. Hart goes long. It won't make the distance. That's it. Quarter time here at Elizabeth. Port Adelaide 2-6. Central District 1-1.